Hey readers, happy Friday. I have another awesome book for you. This one is by 𝐬𝐜𝐡 and it is called Rich Woman. And it is a great read. I happen to have met Kim twice at a real estate or financial investing summit. Sorry, I can't get my words straight. I've met her a couple times and she is a powerhouse. She was the wife of 𝐕 Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and she is amazing. She's just an amazing woman, and I love her, and I love this book. So this book is awesome because it is written in a story format. That's my number one thing about it. And before I get into it, let me read the back for you. And I love the subtitle. It says Rich Woman because I hate being told what to do. I love that. So let me read the back for you. Let me grab my spectacles because, you know, I'm getting old. So the eyes are starting to go. All right. It says, Dear reader, Rich Woman is a book on investing for women. Why an investment book written just for women? There's a very good reason. The how-tos of investing, how to buy and sell stocks, or how to find a profitable rental property to buy are the same for both men and women. What's different are the unique issues that women face when it comes to money and investing. The statistics are eye-opening and sobering, and while these stats are in the United States, I think you'll find that while the percentages may vary, the trends are similar around the world. 47% of women over the age of 50 are single. 50% of marriages end in divorce, and the number one thing couples fight about is money. In the first year after a divorce, a woman's standard of living drops an average of 73%. Of the elderly living in poverty, 3 out of 4 are women, yet 80% of these women were not poor when their husbands were alive. 90% of all women will be solely responsible for their financial well-being within their lifetime. Let's face it, women, what worked for our mothers and grandmothers is not working for most of us, our daughters and our granddaughters. So now is the time for women to get smarter with their money. My passion is to educate and encourage women to find the financial security and peace of mind they want and deserve to have in their lives. If that's what you want, then I trust this book will be of great value to you. Here's to your success as a rich woman. With thanks, 𝐬𝐜𝐡. So, yeah, this is an excellent book. And I will say, on the one hand, I've read a lot of financial books. So this is a great book for anyone trying to learn some of the basics. And the basics are not different. Like she said, there's a lot of books for men and women. Investing and becoming wealthy, I mean, it's like watching paint dry. There's tried and true things that you can do, and you're going to learn about them over and over again from different perspectives. But I've always thought that advice, right, there's something to advice. Is like, who's it coming from? When was it given to you? And how was it given to you, right? We've all had that experience. I have myself, where maybe you give someone good advice, and then like a year, not even a year later, let's say like a couple weeks later, they come to you and they're like, so-and-so told me blah, 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 blah. And they tell you like it's like brand new information. You're standing there like, I told you that like a few days ago. And it was kind of offensive because like, you don't trust me? Like, but no, it can be timing, you know, were they ready to hear it? Did they need to hear it at that time? Obviously, if you're not, you know, struggling with that particular thing, you're probably not as interested to hear it. It can be who it was. Like, parents are less likely to take advice from their kids, right? Because they powdered your butt and put diapers on you, and you know, oh, you're so cute. Thanks for that tip. You know, whatever. You know, and so who it comes from, when it comes, and if you need it, and how it's given. And this book is great for the basics. It goes over some of the common mindset things that women in particular, or let's say from a woman's perspective, because I can't even say some of this stuff is specific to women, but it's just hearing it from like your own perspective. Because I gave my father's a doctor, and I gave him a book with some of the exact same advice in this book, but it was written from a doctor's point of view. And I had sent my dad other books before now with the same stuff. But when he got that book, like, it clicked. So this book is great. So women, men can read it too, but it is great because it's written from that perspective of common issues that women run into around money and in their lifetime, and it narrows down on what the actual struggle is, and like talks about why, and it's important to learn about money and investing and how to go about doing that. And it's written from a story point of view where the character is with her friends, and the different friends have these different common issues that prohibit them from learning and moving forward to become wealthy. So those are my reasons that I think you will love this book, other than the author is wonderful and has a lot of experience of her own. I know Robert Kiyosaki is like the primary speaker, but I think Kim is coming into her own power. And I've heard her speak, and she is very, very smart. And I also like that she has been immersed in a world where that is predominantly male, and, you know, holding her own, let's say, in that environment, which prior for me, dipping my toe into the investing world with primarily men around, I found it a little intimidating. But since I started my journey a while back and going to some of these meetings and conferences and investment summits and so forth, I have really found the men to be very generous with their knowledge and willing to be open and share what they know. You know, it's just a matter of getting in there and be willing to ask them questions. Because men themselves, I found, sort of have this really interesting mentoring thing that they do. They'll tend to, like, they are much better, I think, at working, or having had more practice working in teams, so to speak, right? A lot of men's sports are teams, and women are getting there as well. But somehow they have more practice, is what I want to say. Whether that's true or not, that's just a perspective, a very superficial perspective from one person who's just recommending a book to you. So take it with a grain of salt. But like, I've just found that they're very willing to share knowledge and experience and everything. So yeah, the men are great. So highly recommend Rich Woman by Kim Kiyosaki. I will link it in the show notes for you, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, bye.